Shalom, shalom, good morning. We're in Melachim 1, chapter 8, 1 Kings. Then Solomon assembled the elders of Israel and all the heads of the tribes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel, to King Solomon in Jerusalem, to bring up the ark of the covenant of Yahweh from the city of David, which is in Zion. And all of the men of Israel assembled to King Solomon at the festival in the month of Ethanim, that's the 7th month. And all of the elders of Israel came, and the priest Kohanim took up the ark. They brought up the ark of Yahweh and the tent of appointment and all of the set-apart utensils, kodesh, and that were in the tent. And the priest and the Levites brought them up. And King Solomon and all the congregation of Israel who had assembled with him were with him before the ark, slaughtering so many sheep and cattle they could not be counted or numbered. And the Kohanim, the priests, brought in the ark of the covenant of Yahweh to its place, into the speaking place of the house, to the most set-apart holy place, under the wings of the cherubim. For the cherubim spread 2 wings over the place of the ark, and the cherubim covered over the ark and its poles. And the poles extended so that the ends of the poles were seen from the holy place, the set-apart place, in front of the speaking place, but they were not seen from outside, and they are there to this day. There was not in the ark only the 2 tablets of stone which Moshe put there at Horeb, which Yahweh made a covenant with the children of Israel when they came out of the land of Egypt, Mitzrayim. And it came to be, when the Kohanim, the priests, came out of the set-apart Kodesh place, that the cloud filled the house of Yahweh, so that the Kohanim were unable to stand and perform the service because of the cloud. For the esteem of Yahweh filled the house of Yahweh. And Solomon said, Yahweh has said he would dwell in the dense cloud. I have indeed built you an exalted house, an established place for you to dwell in forever. And the sovereign turned around and blessed Barak, all of the assembly of Israel, while all the assembly of Israel was standing. And he said, Barak be Yahweh Elohim of Israel. That means, blessed be Yahweh Elohim of Israel, who spoke with his mouth to my father David, and with his hand has filled it, saying, Since the day I brought my people Israel out of Mitzrayim, I have chosen no city from any tribe of Israel, in which to build a house for my name to be there. But I chose David to be over my people Israel, and it was in the heart of my father David to build a house for the name of Yahweh Elohim of Israel. But Yahweh said to my father David, Because it has been in your heart to build a house for my name, you did well that it was in your heart. Only you do not build the house, but your son, who is coming from your loins, he builds the house for my name. Now Yahweh has established his word which he spoke, and I have been raised up instead of my father David, and to sit on the throne of Israel, and as Yahweh promised, and built a house for the name of Yahweh Elohim of Israel, and have appointed there a place for the ark, wherein is the covenant of Yahweh, which he made with our fathers when he brought them out of the land of Egypt. And Solomon stood before the altar of Yahweh in front of all the assembly of Israel, and spread out his hands toward the Shemaim, and said, Yahweh Elohim of Israel, there is no Elohim in the heaven, the Shemaim above, or on earth below, like you, guarding your covenant and kindness with your servants, who walk before you with all of their heart. There's none like him for those who love him, who has guarded that which you promised your servant David my father. Indeed, you have both spoken with your mouth and have filled it with your hand, as it is this day. And now, Yahweh Elohim of Israel, guard what you promised your servant David my father, saying, There is not to seize a man of yours before me, sitting on the throne of Israel only, if your sons guard their way to walk before me as you have walked before me. And now, O Elohim of Israel, please let your word come true, which you have spoken to your servant David my father, for it is true. Elohim dwells on the earth. See, the Shemaim and the Shemaim of the Shemaim, so see the heaven and the heaven of the heaven, are unable to contain you. How much less this house which I have built? Yet shall you turn to the prayer of your servant and his supplication. O Yahweh, my Elohim, listen to the cry and prayer which your servant is praying to you today. for your eyes to be open towards this house night and day, towards the place of which you said, my name is there, to listen to the prayer which your servant makes towards this place. Then shall you hear the supplication of your servant and of your people Israel, when they pray towards this place, when you hear in your dwelling place in the heaven, you shall hear and forgive. If anyone sins against his neighbor and has lifted up an oath on him to cause him to swear and come to swear before your altar in this day, then hear in the heavens and act and rightly rule your servants, declaring the wicked wicked, bringing his way on his head, and declare the righteous right by giving him according to his righteousness. When your people Israel are smitten before an enemy, because they have sinned against you, they shall turn back to you, confess your name, pray, and make supplication to you in this house. Hallelujah. Then hear in the heavens and forgive the sin of your people Israel, and bring them back to the land which you gave to their fathers. When the Shemayim, the heaven, are shut up and there is no rain because they sin against you, when they pray towards this place and confess your name and turn from their sin because you've afflicted them, then hear in the heavens and forgive the sin of your servants, your people Israel. You teach them the good way in which they should walk, and shall give rain on your land which you have given to your people as an inheritance. Hallelujah. When there is scarcity of food in the land, when there is pestilence, blight, mildew, locusts, grasshoppers, when their enemy distresses them in the land of their cities, any plague, any sickness, whatever prayer, whatever supplication by any one of all of your people, each knowing the plague of his own heart, and shall spread out his hands towards this house, hear it in the heavens, your dwelling place, and forgive and act, and render to everyone according to all of his ways, whose heart you know, because you alone, know the hearts of all the sons of men, so that they revere you all the days that they live in the land which you gave to our fathers. Also, concerning a foreigner who is not of your people Israel, but has come from far away for your name's sake, since they hear of your great name and your strong hand and your outstretched arm, he shall come and he shall pray towards this house. See, even the foreigners. Hear in the heaven your dwelling place, and do according to all for which the foreigner calls to you, so that all people of the earth know your name and revere you, as do your people Israel, and know that this house which I have built is called by your name. Hallelujah. When your people go out to battle against their enemy in the way that you send them, and they shall pray to Yahweh towards the city which you've chosen, and towards the house which I built for your name, then shall you hear in the heaven their prayer and their supplication, and maintain their cause. When they sin against you, there is no one who does not sin. You become enraged with them. Give them to the enemy. Take them captive to the land of the enemy, far or near. And they shall return back unto their heart in their land where they have been taken captive, and shall turn and make supplication to you in that land, saying, we have sinned and we've acted wickedly. We have committed wickedness. And they shall turn back to you with all their heart, with all their being, in the land of their enemies who led them away and taken them captive, and shall pray to you towards the land which you gave to their fathers, the city which you have chosen, and the house which I have built for your name. Then shall you hear in the heavens your dwelling place their prayer and their supplication, and maintain their cause. You forgive your people who have sinned against you, and all their transgressions which they transgress against you. Give them compassion before those who took them captive, and they shall have compassion. For they are your people and your inheritance, whom you brought out of Mitzrayim, Egypt, out of the iron furnace. Let your eyes be open to the supplication of your servant and the supplication of your people, to listen to them whenever they call to you. For you have separated them to yourself for an inheritance out of all the people of the earth. You spoke by the hand of your servant Moshe when he brought our fathers out of Egypt, Mitzrayim. O Adonai Yahweh. And it came to be when Shlomo, Solomon, had ended praying all of this prayer and supplication to Yah, that he rose up from before the altar of Yah, from kneeling on his knees with his hands spread up to the heavens, and he stood and blessed all the assembly of Israel with a loud voice, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, who has given rest to his people of Israel, according to all that he promised. There was not failed one word of all his good word, which he promised through his servant Moshe. Yah our Elohim is with us as he was our fathers. He does not leave us or forsake us. He inclines our hearts to himself to walk in all of his ways and guard his commands, his laws, and right rulings, which he commanded our fathers. Let these words of mine, with which I have made supplication before Yah, be near Yah our Elohim day and night to maintain the cause of his servant and the cause of his people, the matter of each day and its day, so that all the peoples of the earth know that Yah is Elohim and there is no one else. Let your heart be perfect to Yah, to walk in his laws and guard his commands, as at this day. And the king and all Israel with him made slaughterings before Yah. And Solomon brought peace offerings, and he slaughtered to Yah 22,000 bulls, 122,000 sheep, or 20,000 sheep, not 22. Thus the king and all of the children of Israel dedicated the house of Yah. On that day, the sovereign set apart the middle of the courtyard that was in front of the house of Yah, for there he made burnt offerings and grain offerings, and the fat of the peace offerings, because the bronze altar that was before Yah was too small to contain all the burnt offerings, grain offerings, and the fat for the peace offerings. And Solomon at that time observed the festival, and all of Israel was with him. It was a great assembly from the entrance of Hamath to the Wadi of Egypt before Yah our Elohim. 7 days and 7 days, 14 days. On that 8th day he sent the people away, and they blessed the sovereign and went to their tents, rejoicing and glad of heart for all of the goodness that Yah has done for his servant David and for his people. Hallelujah! This is awesome. Praise Yah. Bless you. Shalom, shalom.